Welcome to the Badger Beer Report, Brewery Report for 29-26. That will be April 29th in the year of 2026. I am here with a new Glarus Famois and a Lost Apostle glass off of my visit from there yesterday. I am Greg Washington. I am your editor-in-chief of Badger Beer Report. We are here to talk about, we have openings, we have extension talk, we have new announcements, we have a big brewery collaboration that we're a part of, we have a homebrew competition to talk about, we got Joel's fun fact, and since I have just mentioned him, we will bring on Joel Geyer, who is the Director of Brewery and Relations and Research of Badger Beer Report. What's up, Joel?
We got a lot going on today. I don't think we were necessarily planning on doing one of these before our collab release, but we had a lot of news break here in the last week or so. And I think our good friend Seth here right from the get-go saying cheers. So we're
starting in the Dells here, right?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and dive right in here because first up, we had Gravity Box Brewing Company, and you and I had talked about this one because they announced, I believe it was early in 2025 that they initially announced that they were going to be opening up a secondary taproom location in the Wisconsin Dells. And this is, of course, so Gravity Box is based in Boston, which is not too terrible far from the Wisconsin Dells. But after this announcement, we had actually talked to them at one of the festivals in the summer and, didn't get a whole lot of information and we hadn't seen much posting. And all of a sudden last weekend, they dropped kind of a teaser one day and the next day they were open. So these are some still shots they did a little video on TikTok kind of showing off the new space there. It is in the downtown area of the Wisconsin Dells. So a little ways away from, all of the water parks and whatnot. But yeah, so this is going to be, a nice addition for them, hopefully. I believe someone, was it our friend Nerdy Beer Guys may have gone up and checked this out after it opened. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing how this goes, because I know you and I have talked about the Wisconsin Dells beer scene and how it kind of has had some ebbs and flows to it. Currently, I mean, Pals is the other one that is currently there. That's kind of a bigger name. So right now, the auxiliary secondary taproom locations are what are going into the Dells. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to add? It's a little bit closer to your neck of the woods there, there between Boston and the Dells.
Yeah, Gravity Box Brewing is they've been around for 5 years now.
Yep.
In Boston there, Main Street, Boston. The right off the highway there, guys. And I don't know, nothing really more to say than what you said, which is just another extension here. Should be in a good place, given the Dells and the tourism there. So yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, and it will, as Seth said, for people that are going there for a variety of different reasons, I'll be hopeful that they find success bringing in the tourists. And next up, we had another kind of surprising announcement based off of some comments on their Facebook post. It seemed like this may have been kind of something that was floating around locally, but this was the first time they had posted anything. The picture on the right-hand side there, where it's kind of zoomed out and shows the whole building, they posted that on Friday or Saturday, I can't recall, and just saying that they were just dropping here, basically just a teaser. Nothing else was included in it. And the following day, they posted some additional images, including there you can see of what I'm assuming is the Turtle Stack Brewery team at this building. So Turtle Stack Brewery has been located in downtown La Crosse. They were founded back in 2015, and this is going to be their second location. This is going to be a production facility and tap room in Onalaska, which is just to the north of La Crosse. This is apparently located, for those over in the Onalaska area, this is located right by the Woodmans, the post said. It did not list an address, But if you know where Woodman's is, then you have a just pretty good general idea of where this brewery is going to be. They are keeping, though, for clarification, we clarified with them, they are keeping the downtown La Crosse taproom. So those in La Crosse do not have to worry about losing out on Turtle Stack. But yeah, I mean, I know we're going to kind of mention the World Beer Cup here later in the show. And for those that don't recall, Turtle Stack just 2 years ago, their Belgian style blonde ale, Betty the Gnome, won a gold medal at the World Beer Cup. So, you know, in the cross and now in Alaska, because based off of the size of this and some comments they made, this seems like it's going to become the primary production facility, Greg.
Yeah, and for those who are interested, Turtle Stack is named after the river turtles in the Mississippi River Valley, all that stack themselves on logs to soak up the sun. It serves as a subtle nod to the power of individual and collective efforts. And yes, Betty the Gnome won a gold recently in the World Beer Cup, and they also have a wonderful oat brown ale with toffee and caramel. And one of my favorites here in La Crosse is Turtle Stack, and we will be following this one as much as we follow them all, and certainly as much as we following the next one, Joel.
Yeah, and Seth's coming in hot with all the comments tonight, saying that the building they should just leave it unfinished like that because the green, it looks like a turtle right now.
Mm.
So next up, we have Radix, and this is one that we have basically been telling everyone to keep an eye on for I don't know how long. We had hopes that maybe they were going to squeeze in before the end of 25, and that did not happen. But I was able to go down and talk with Adam Thomas, the co-owner. He and his wife own Radix. They've been brewing since I believe 2020. They've been doing, so they mostly have been doing like pop-ups. They brewed at Mobcraft and been doing pop-ups at places like Supermoon and Mobcraft. They make a lot of really interesting beers, really fun stuff. And they finally had this location. So for those that don't remember when we broke this news, this is in a 1950s old fire station on the edge of downtown Cudahy, which is a southern suburb of Milwaukee. So when the city built a new fire station, they needed to sell this, and they loved the idea of having a brewery come in. And Adam and his wife live actually right down the street pretty much from this place. So it was a match made in heaven. And I got to go in and, like I said, see it all. And right now it is very open. They've been working. They've got pretty much all like the electrical and plumbing and all that kind of stuff done, all the hard stuff. They have started working there. You can see in the top right, working on the building out of the bar area. They have the fooders there along one wall. I believe he said those are going to get scooted down. And if you're looking at the top right picture again, kind of seeing the area to the left of the bar where it goes back further, that is where the brew house is going to be, 10-barrel brew house. So yeah, like right now, I asked him off the record, for timelines, and not really going to share any distinct details on that quite yet, but just know that we are certainly moving in the right direction. We are getting closer, and I am just incredibly excited for Adam and Kayla to open up Radix and have their own space. Once we get into summertime, Greg, those 3 huge, massive garage doors from the fire station are going to be able to be open. They're going to have all sorts of natural light from those in the windows along one side. There's going to eventually be a little patio. It's going to be a really nice space, very open. And it's going to be a great mix of super intriguing and palate testing beers, along with some of the more traditional classic styles. He talks a little bit about this. If you go back through our social media, I did shoot a video there. You can see on the left-hand side with Adam as we kind of shot in a couple different areas inside what will be the taproom in the brewery to kind of talk about the vision and what it will be like once they are open.
Yes, and a very similar brewery is opening another place too, but they are an established brewery here in Mountain,
yes.
Right?
Well, and these next couple here are ones that very just kind of brief updates because they're ones that we have covered. Youngblood, this is your neck of the woods. This is the one that is it? Am I correct? This is now going to be the closest brewery to you?
Yes.
Yes. So this is again part of that Legacy 20 Arena District going into DeForest. It's going to be just a kind of like a miniature Deer District here in Milwaukee, with the ice hockey arena for the Madison Capitals, and I know there's going to be some restaurants and whatnot. They're kind of surrounding an open covered outdoor space that'll also become an ice hockey rink. But they posted some more updated pictures. We had seen some interior pictures at one point, and now it looks like the exterior is getting some of those finishing touches. I believe we are hoping for this coming up here in May. So this very well will be that next one that you see added to the opening map. This is going to be like their main hub. Well, we'll see. Yeah, there's a couple in there, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Going to be their main after they opened up in 2020 there in downtown Madison. And yeah, we're I know I was gonna say we're looking forward to it. I know you are especially looking forward to it, Greg.
Yeah, and I will be there. We will be covering the opening, the soft opening, all those things really tight. And we've been covering them tight, just like we've been covering the next one tight. And that one just got out of the gate here.
Yeah. And this is Tree Line. And so we talked about this last time when we saw you. And similar to what I did with Radix, this was 2 weeks back now, maybe, or a week or two. I lose track of time so easily, Greg. We've had a lot going on. But anyway, I went down to the Enderis Park neighborhood here in Milwaukee, just north of Tosa. And Nick got to show me around his space. And so this is a very interesting location. I really enjoyed learning about the history of the building and kind of the unique layout that they've got going on here. The pictures don't really do it that much justice, because when you walk in, it is kind of one open area. He showed where the bar is going to be, and there on the right-hand side is going to be where the brewing equipment is going to be open to the tap room. There's going to be a nice patio out the side, but then in the back, there's also going to be a stage, an inside stage. They're going to move some walls around to open it up, and then it's like a split level in the back. And in the upstairs area, he hopes to eventually add like a small event space. So yeah, it's really neat. For those that maybe, I can't remember if we talked about it with Tree Line, if we said this before, but the reason for this particular branding in the city of Milwaukee is that Nick has a very close connection with the national parks. He grew up going to national parks. He proposed to his wife at Rocky Mountain National Park, which is his favorite national park, hence this Tree Line branding. And yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. You see all those wooden beams. Those wooden exposed beams are going to be in the tap room. And he's on track. He's hoping for this summer, maybe kind of late summer, early fall. We'll see. I guess he has been saying fall now. I think initially they said that, but now looking at early fall. But yeah, this is one that we will continue to provide updates on. I know Nick is going to have almost an open door policy for me to pop down and kind of give people periodic updates and showcase the build out of a brewery, which is something that we have not gotten to do in person. And so I'm really looking forward to going back there and shooting these videos so that we can see the progress being made at a build out such as this.
Yeah, and speaking of progress being made, and speaking of it not looking very great, our next build is.
Well, I think Tree Line's looking great. They're new, but yes, Ope is. These are the most recent pictures that you took here over. Was it this week? Was it Friday? What day was it? Thursday? I think it was Thursday that you took these. Driving by this absolute just monstrosity of a building. They have, I know that somewhere they have some really cool images on their socials of like what this is all going to look like the outdoor area. There's going to be 2 tap rooms, an event hall. The outdoor area looks insane, by the way, with like the sport courts and like this massive bobber bar thing. It's going to be insane. So, I mean, Appleton is getting what is looking more and more like, we talk a lot about places like New Glarus here, like the destination type breweries. And the Ope is not quite on the same level as those, maybe in terms of name recognition, but in terms of what this complex is all going to be, this is going to be borderline right on there as like a destination type brewery, because it really is it's very impressive what they're all putting out. And I believe we talked about this last time that they are currently planning on kind of opening this up in sections in a way. Once some things are going to be completed before others. So they may have certain parts and certain tap rooms open before the whole thing is complete. But yeah, we will keep everybody posted as this project continues to keep up the momentum.
Yeah, one of the things about Ope is that, of course, they're not, Joe mentioned they don't have the name notoriety, and that's only because they've been around for 3 years. It seems like they've been around longer, and out there in West
4
Allis,
years.
but they haven't. Oh yeah, 4 years.
But
Actually, you want to be technical, it's still 3 because they'll be 4 May. Whatever.
I mean, in less than a month, they'll be 4.
Whatever. They're they lean hard into our Wisconsin culture with their names, but they're definitely one of our most activity focused breweries, and I guess we can expect that here in Appleton. It just didn't look like very much from what I was able to see, and I was uninspired by what I saw. But who cares what I see, and who cares what I think? And I've been uninspired before. I was uninspired about our friends at Gnarly Cedar, and then when I walked in, I was very, very much inspired about how that looked at. So I'm allowed to have my opinions on this warehouse looking like nothing, and I'm also allowed to love it when I get there. So
it looks, yeah, because it looks like an airplane hangar in like a small municipal airport right now.
I seriously, I don't see the vision, but I don't have to.
I've seen the vision. Like if you go and look at the images, like the renderings, I can see what they're going for. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Listen, this is why you don't go there until it's finished.
Joel. Yeah, I know. Like we're the trying to spoil it for everybody. And so this is another one that we have had on our keep an eye on for over a year now. So for those that don't remember, Agonic. So this was a brewery originally founded back in 2021. They had the devastating fire in 2024, I believe in October of 2024, where everything was lost. The building was completely wiped out by this fire. Just devastating to the community up there in Rice Lake. And they have, they announced that they were going to try to rebuild. There really wasn't much in the way of posting. But all of a sudden we realized that this had kind of flown under the radar. But last month they made a post about a event that says on Saturday, June 6th, and all it says is TBA ... So to be announced. And in that picture, that sure looks like a brewery building. And then on social media, they have a couple other pictures of what appears to be a brewery that has been rebuilt. I do not think it is an exact copy of what it was before, but it sure looks, like they got some similarities there. So we are really excited about this. And based off of comments of people on social media, it sounds like the community up there is absolutely thrilled for them that they are able to come back. This one is obviously kind of far off of our physical reach and ease of getting to. So I'm not sure when we'll be able to put boots on the ground and go and visit them, but at some point that would be great. Until then, we wish the Agonic crew and team there just all the best and all the luck as they move forward to reopening. We will be sure to announce and reconfirm all of this as we get closer to that June date, because I'm sure they will be posting updates and provide more details and information. But yeah, I mean, this is just great to see a brewery that was lost in such a devastating way to be able to literally rebuild from the ashes in a small community to come back is a really neat story.
Yeah, and a couple things here. Number one is that we may never know the origin of the fire that burned down, burnt down the brewery and the bakery and everything else was in there. And also the Agonic, right? Did I get it right?
Agonic, yeah.
Agonic, no, I did not. Agonic. The name refers to the Agonic line, the imaginary line on the Earth's surface where magnetic north and true north are the same. This is a nod to the brewery's goal of being a true north gathering spot for the local community. So hopefully soon they'll get back to being that and doing that, Joel. But some brewery that is doing that right now, somewhat with a little couple bumps.
Yeah,
What's
so
going
I
on here?
wanted to shout out my friends at Nosy Neighbor. I know that we talked about this last time that we saw you guys, and then we did a separate live stream with them leading into their launch/release party. And boy, did they have some bumps in the road. If you were following us, it came down the week beforehand that they were going to be unable to host the release at New Barons due to some licensing restrictions that New Barons has and still has at this time. And they basically had, just an insane 24 to 48 hour time period. And they were able to secure some help from Mobcraft, which is where they hosted this initial release. The beer was very good. I'm very excited to see where they go from here. They are doing another event down with our friends at Last Ditch this weekend on Friday. Yes, on Friday. If you go down to Last Ditch in Kenosha, not only will their pale ale be on tap, but oh crap! It's like El Dorita sour. It's some sort of sour ale. I remember is their next beer, and they also recently been posting that they have been getting their beer to a more variety of places as well. I know 3 Cellars in Menominee Falls. Apparently, they dropped off some beer there. So keep your eyes out for Nosy Neighbor beer. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they cook up here because I will be following them as they continue to hopefully grow their brand. Oh, you're muted, Greg.
Yeah, and we have another weird. Or actually, Nosy Neighbor's not weird. This next update is though.
Yeah. Nosy Neighbor on no fault of themselves. Like they just had some stuff going on. Anyway, this is probably the weirdest news that we have today for you guys. So towards the end of the year, towards the end of 2025, we announced the closure of Trap Rock Brewing, and I know that you kind of said that the wording in the closure announcement was a little wonky, seemingly not 100% definitive, but that they did close. And anyway, they just all of a sudden popped up today just randomly, just out of the blue, posting to come see us this Friday, folks. Happening May 1st, and that introducing Sublime Lager. And as you can imagine, all of the comments were, you guys are, what's going on? I'm confused. I thought you guys closed, et cetera, et cetera. And they did reply to one comment saying, wait, are you brewing new beer? Mm-hmm. And they replied saying very limited quantities. I also commented, I asked for clarification on if this meant that their own taproom was open and if they were doing the brewing or if they were contract brewing. I've not heard back from them. May try to reach out again to try to confirm things just for our own recording purposes. But yeah, I mean, I know, Greg, you and I kind of talked about this earlier in terms of grappling with how to classify this. Because it sure seems like obviously they're brewing some beer. They are not fully closed in whatever capacity that may be. If we get more details, we will share it with everybody. But for now, those up in St. Croix Falls, Friday, be on the lookout. I guess you can go check out and try out the new lager from Trap Rock, apparently. So I guess a very interesting curveball.
Yeah, and if you're in that area and that was your jam, go get some jelly and spread the jam around. It's still around. And actually, send us a note if y'all hear anything about what's going on. They've been very coy about all this. And maybe sometimes if we learn with the Nosy Neighbor thing, which we will leave for our Patreon folks, sometimes being coy is the best in this industry, right, Joe?
Yeah.
So Third Space does not have to be coy because they're doing something really cool.
Yeah, so Third Space, and this is not, our everyday announcement in terms of this is not like some true expansion project or whatnot. But it is exciting. Third Space announced that they have a West Dallas beer garden that will be opening up starting on June 5th, Liberty Heights Park. So there's going to be a lot more details coming out. There was an article on Milwaukee if you want some more of that. It will just be running through the summer, so not to be expected with these beer gardens. It'll be seasonal. But yeah, nice to have another place for the folks in West Allis to be able to enjoy some good beer. Third Space is a great brewery. They got many very, very well-known beers here in the Milwaukee area. So yeah, another nice little addition here to the Milwaukee craft beer scene.
Yeah, I love when breweries take over beer gardens because it's basically an extension of their brewery.
Yeah.
And a new place popping up in a new neighborhood for people to take care of all those things. And also, I would love to address here real quick. So yeah, this says West Allis, right? And there's somebody in there saying, "Yo, why didn't Ope do this?" Well, Ope is doing other things like,
and Ope's already in West Allis,
like a whole expansion and all that. And also, though, what I really wanted to hit on was that Third Space did talk about how they're friends with Ope, and also there was a hint of some kind of collaboration going on between the two. So there's all that. So it's not really a territorial thing, y'all. We're good. We can move along. Everything's fine. They get along. They like each other. No worries here. Unlike some places, but I'll leave that go. But the some places that people are agreeing on, Joel, is our homebrew collaboration competition that Badger Beer Report is doing this year, trying to jump into the home brewing area, y'all. We have our own homebrew competition that we are sponsoring with the Sunshine Brewing Company and the Madison Homebrewers and Taster Guild, who puts on the lovely and wonderful Great Taste of the Midwest. Y'all all know that. Y'all can do this. There's that screen, that QR code right there, and we will put the QR code up here. Once it goes away, you can get it up there in the, was that top left for y'all, or is that top right? I'm not sure how this all looks on people's screens, but it's up there. Y'all see it. This is the judging is June 6th. So we got about a month. You still have enough time to get your brews in the kettle. I saw Seth in the audience. Seth, did you brew yet? What's going on, bro? I brewed mine 2 weeks ago. This is gonna be fun. Grand prize winner gets their beer brewed, at Sunshine Brewing Company, and also on display at the Sunshine booth at the Great Taste of the Midwest. So stakes couldn't be bigger. We got malt prizes, we got hop prizes, hop garden. While we're here, Joel made up a nice little sweat. We have here's some of our sponsors. We got the Yeast Bay, we got the Wine and Hop Shop. Delta is hosting all of this. We got 50 pounds of malt from our friend Trevor at Inventors. We have some hops coming from y'all from the Hop Garden. Y'all know with, what is it, Joel? 3 locations in southern Wisconsin.
Yep.
Is it 4 or 3?
3.
Okay, I got them mixed up. They're all really wonderful, nice venues, especially in the summer, in the spring, and the summer coming up. So visit Hop Garden. Oh, Inventors is just a beautiful place over in Port Washington, but we'll have more about that.
Oh yeah,
very soon.
Soon.
And Yeast Bay is just great for all of y'all yeast needs, especially your home brewers, but also y'all big commercial brewers. They are Wisconsin owned and based, so we gotta love that. And Wine and Hop Shop here. Excuse me.
The Yeast Bay. Make sure to shout them out that we use their yeast in our Maibach.
Yes, sir. And then the Wine and a Hop Shop here is a local homebrew shop here in Madison, Wisconsin. We also have a Morphic as a drop off. We also have the place in Sheboygan Falls that I cannot remember right now. What is it called? I gotta remember. It's a name I should remember. Let me find it.
Brewmasters.
Right. That's why I should remember it. Brewmasters. Absolutely. Brewmasters Homebrew Club or Homebrew Shop.
Yeah, home brewing supplies
is one of our sponsors too for a drop off. So that's everything you need to know about our homebrew competition. And we will move along to hot breweries here, y'all, that we would like to keep y'all nosing.
Yeah. So we've reached out to some of these and trying to get some more information. For the most part, nothing extensive to report on. I believe Dairy Air is saying on their last live stream, were they saying May or June? Greg, I can't remember.
They were saying mid-May like Youngblood. That's why I was like, hold on. So
yeah,
I don't think he has enough beer though. I think I don't think he has enough beer. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. So either way, look for Dairy Air for more announcement stuff coming from them very soon. I would guess the next time that you see us, we will have some more definitive information on Dairy Air. Otherwise, all of these new build construction projects, Shattered Glass, Near and Far, Clockwork, acronym, Nicolay, there has not been anything definitive coming out of there, but we will keep our finger on the pulse and let everybody know when there is something new to learn.
And now we have
Happy birthday!
Woohoo! So we have May anniversaries, and as you can see, the further we go into the year, and as the months get warmer, we have more anniversaries. I forget if June or July has the most, but either way, as we warm up, there are more breweries that have opened during this time period. We have 5 breweries this month that all opened before the turn of the millennium, which is pretty crazy. The oldest being Rowlands Calumet opening up way back in 1990. England, 1995. South Shore, Delafield Brewhouse, some of the OGs. And then you also have several of those, the earlier, this kind of that main second wave, the early parts of that with Three Sheeps, Anape, Alt, Bare Bones. Although Bare Bones is actually, currently for sale. So that's one to kind of have an asterisk, I suppose. But yeah, and several kind of newer ones too. Belshire, I just did some content with Belshire. You'll be expecting a podcast with the owner there, as well as a flight school with him. And the other one I want to shout out, Garage Bikes and Brews. That's another super unique one that is a true bike shop that has a bar and brewery in the back of it. So shout out to them.
Yeah, fun. And we have next the unfortunate graphic, of course.
Yes, but it is unfortunate. But the fortunate part is that we have not had to update this since you saw us last. So for the first time, it feels like in a while, we have, basically, I just see this come through. Seth says Adventure Club is also in the back of a bike shop. So does that mean, and then we also have Body How, and then down we have the Runaway in Burlington also has a bike shop inside of it. So we've got like 4 bike shop breweries in Wisconsin, Greg. That's absolutely crazy. Anyway, back to the closings. We had quite a few there, a stretch there in kind of late February and into March where we saw several closures. But for now, this is where we sit. We have not had any close since Durand announced theirs after the passing of their owner. Openings. We have been able to add, obviously, we had Nosy Neighbor have their launch, and then we added Gravity Box. So slowly but surely, this openings in 26 map is starting to fill in and catch up to the closings map, thankfully. And next time you see us, we very well may have 1 or 2 more to throw on there. And you will see those being added from this map, as this is the updated upcoming map, thanks to, the addition of Turtle Stack announcing it on Alaska. So you can see there, and you can find all of these maps on our social media if you want to zoom in and check in on where everything is going in and all that stuff. But yeah, exciting times in Wisconsin craft beer. This is where it puts our numbers now. And as we shift, we're getting some breweries back. We still have not decided what we're doing with Trap Rock, because we put them on our closing map. It seems that they are open in some capacity. I don't know if we put them on the openings map per se. I don't know. It's weird no matter what we do with it, Greg. But for now, these are the numbers. That's all I can say about that.
That's all I got.
And one thing that we both got is the Class of 25 collaboration brew, because it is finally here. I am just now realizing that we should have put some of your pictures on here from your trip up to Boulder Junction. But Greg was just up at Boulder Junction as kind of a teaser release in a way, because the main release is happening on Saturday at Vault 202, who was the host. But Greg was up this past Saturday delivering the beer himself, making the trip up north to deliver the new kids on the Maybach to Boulder Junction Brewing and be there for their tapping of it. I heard it's very good. Greg is giving it rave reviews. And we are going to be, I'll go to this next slide now, because we now have 8 breweries that are going to be releasing it here. If you are in Fond du Lac, you can literally get off this live stream right now and go to Fond du Lac Beer Company and go and get it on tap. It's currently on there. You can check it online. You can go and get it. And then this Saturday is the big event at Vault. It's part of their Kentucky Derby event that they're doing. They will have it on cask, and Greg will be at Vault when they open. So Greg will be there. If you're in the Appleton area and want to go hang out with Greg, you can at Vault. I will be at Lombardi Brewing Company because they are also having an event and tapping in. I will be there in the earlyish afternoon for a couple hours. I am very much looking forward to that. The other ones that we know for sure, I talked to Tyler, the brewer at St. Francis. He said normally they will do the release. They will have it for members only on Tuesday, but then Wednesday it will be public. So it should be available next Wednesday. You can check our socials. I will be posting when I will be going to these other ones because I do plan to go to them. I don't know if I would be going on Wednesday right away or if I'd be wait more towards the weekend. But if I do wait towards the weekend, there's another one because Brew to Omen is releasing it on the 9th. So they are releasing it on the 9th, and then the following Saturday on the 16th, that weekend, Mobcraft is planning on doing a larger release. They have a lot going on right now at Mobcraft this weekend and next, so they will give it more of a headliner is kind of the gist of what I got from the owner, Sarah. And then PD, Tailwinds, and the Ditch, they both are going to be picking up their beer shortly and figuring that out. I'm talking with Rick. It seems like once they have it, it will get on. I would expect Tailwinds to have it on at some point this weekend. You can let it. We will obviously be posting and letting you know when that does happen with any and all of these breweries. But for now, again, if you want to get it right now, you can in Fond du Lac. This weekend on Saturday
Boulder Junction
at either Appleton or yes, that's true. Yeah, good point. Yeah, if you want to get up in Boulder Junction too, right now you can. And then you can either come to Appleton or Milwaukee on Saturday to try it. And again, this beer, this Maibach, uses German malts, but then it uses Wisconsin hops and Wisconsin yeast. This is a true collaboration with 9 breweries here that help grow our Wisconsin craft beer scene last year. So just really exciting stuff. Greg and I both cannot wait to share this beer with everyone. Do you have anything else that you want to add with this?
Well, given that I've had this beer, I would like to tell y'all that it's if you love the style of Maibach, it's pretty much a straightforward one, but it's a little bit boozy, but it doesn't drink that way. It's a nice sipper. It can be a nice chugger if you're in that kind of mood. Watch yourself, though. Watch yourself. And yes, it's available at Boulder Junction right now on Fond du Lac Brewing Company. It will be. So one of the things, y'all, the logistics of a nine beer collab is that, well, it was brewed at Vault 202 and it has to get to all the other brewers. Vault 202 is kind of northish, right, y'all? And a lot of these brewers here are southish, so there had to be basically a keg caravan down to one of the brewers here that we will remain nameless, but they are holding the beer in the Milwaukee area for those who have to come and get it. So there's this whole kind of logistical thing going on, y'all, and that's why we see some of them with time, some of them without. And then, as Joel mentioned, brewers have different events. And so they're just going to fit it all in, but this is delayed one. So if y'all cannot get to it this weekend, it's great because we will still have a couple weekends here where it will still be around. It's a big beer. Remember, it's a big beer. So people will be drinking less of it. So it should go a little bit, and it's a lager, so it should be fine as far as the shelf life goes. So if you get it, comes out Tailwinds tomorrow and you get there next Thursday, it'll probably still be there. No guarantee. Of course, call your brewery and all that. But that being said, it's a fun beer, and I'm glad it represents this class, which is an amazing, resilient group of people and small business owners who deserve and need all of our support. So,
100%. And and Sergio can't wait to try it. And we can't wait to try it. And then Seth wanted to know what volume is Vault 202. Like, I think he's talking about the brew capacity size. I'm not sure if I can't remember that off the top of my head.
10 barrels.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And yeah, same as Boulder Junction. And Boulder Junction is 5. 10 is Lost Apostle. So
yes, yep.
Anywho, we blabbed enough about that.
Yeah.
How many barrels of New Kids? Just the standard 10. So each brewery got a keg and a homebrew keg. That's what each brewery got. As far as I know, I think there might have been some extra available. I'm not sure about all that, but I'm pretty sure everybody gets 1 and 1. And we get 1 and 1 fun fact.
Yeah. So fun fact. Fun fact here. Where are we going here? There we go.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Thank you, Greg. So my fun fact today revolves around the World Beer Cup. If you guys saw my video I posted, we had 2 breweries bring home silver medals, including our friends at Vault 202, makers of New Kids on the Maibach. So they're already award-winning brewery. They are making amazing beer. But anyway, so first of all, Vault brought home the silver in Italian Pilsner. Vintage brought home the silver in Belgian style double. And Vault winning is the first time a Wisconsin brewery has won any medal in the Italian style Pilsner category at World Beer Cup. Now, I should clarify, part of the reason for that is that I believe it has only been, I forget if it's 2 or 3 years that Italian Pilsner has been a category, but either way, first time for, Wisconsin. The longer thing though, is that this is the first time a Wisconsin brewery has won a medal in the double category since 2002. So my question is, do you know, Greg, who won the bronze medal in the double category in 2002? It was, I will give
Vintage.
No. So I will give you a hint though. So first of all, I gotta pull it. Where's this? It is that was in the Madison area. It no longer is because it is now defunct. Angelic Brewing Company.
Oh,
I believe I was in my research looking into this because I wanted to see. But
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, and they closed back. Yep, they closed in 2018. But yes, the Devil's Double from Angelic Brewing Company in 2002. Very different craft beer world back then, Greg.
And that brewery spurned Ale Asylum.
Yes. So I don't did recipes at all? Was there any recipe stuff that transitioned?
Not sure, but the brewers did. So a lot of that.
So I would guess. But either way, Angelic Brewing, I believe, so 2002, that was located downtown Madison. So yes, that is the last time that a Wisconsin brewery medaled in the Belgian style double category. So congratulations to both Vault and Vintage for representing the state of Wisconsin by winning a couple of medals at World Beer Cup. And that is pretty much all we've got. Just a little reminder, go and check us out on Patreon. We would love to have your support. Greg and I have been working incredibly hard at this. We are hoping to turn this into something that we can do more at a full-time scale to provide you guys with even more information. But to do that, we do need the support of all of our fans and folks that have enjoyed following what we do. So check us out on Patreon. We have some very affordable different levels that include some really fun benefits like our weekly newsletter, rumor mill articles, all sorts of posts and information that the general public does not get to see. We have some other things coming down the pipeline for Patreon members coming soon. But otherwise, make sure you can go follow us on socials, YouTube, all that good stuff. And hopefully we will see some of you guys out and about this weekend, Greg in Appleton and me here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I got an idea for you about Patreon too.
Yeah,
right when we click off here.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll see y'all for the New Kids on the Maibach this weekend and next weekend and probably
weekend after that.
Weekend. Right. All right. So we'll be out and about, out in the wild. Be nice to us. Say nice things.
This is the Lombardi Tap Room. You can find me probably sitting right up there at the bar. You'll be able to find me right over there.
Or right by that jacket.
Yeah, I'll probably be standing by the Vince Lombardi gold jacket half the time. So,
all right, Joe.
Well, as always, whether it's where you are visiting or where you are living, be sure to drink local everywhere. Cheers, everybody.